Impressed with Tristan Lee, really impressed with our other guys that are battling. They've had really good summers. So it's fun to go away for 3 weeks in the summer, vacation, and come back and see where the guys are. And so I think we're in a really good place, at that position. And expect a lot of competition all summer, and going into the first game.
Can I be a brat really quick and ask you to scoot forward a little bit?
Sure, get on there.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
You say the other guys are primarily for a Sadler.
Yeah, Colin's had a tremendous summer. So, I think Tristan and Colin, it's great to watch those guys work and play. All three of those guys have really pushed each other. So, Colin and Tristan, I think Tristan did some really good things this spring. He kind of pulled away a little bit, but Colin's had a tremendous summer. So, I told him my expectation is to play him. Whoever starts first, is going to run out. They're going to run out one guy, but I anticipate playing both those guys early and often.
I guess Blake just sort of dabbled on the left side during the spring.
He cross-trained a little bit. Yeah, he feels comfortable at the right tackle spot. Some of the stuff we do highlights his athleticism on the right side. Some of the stuff we do schematically benefits us to have Blake there. But he's cross-trained this summer.
What's it been like to rediscover this offense's identity with a new OC as well as encompassing some fresh faces in your line as well?
That's a good question. Well, the guys are having fun. And you hear that all summer. They're, in the summer we get the least amount of time with the players, and so it's player-led, and to hear the feedback from them, creating big plays down the field against our defense, which is really good defense. Now, it's different on the line of scrimmage because you don't have pads on, so the pass rush isn't what it will be, in August. But that's been fun. And then all of our mid-years are young guys, to have a whole spring in the system. And then the way we've restructured some things this summer, I think there's a lot of confidence and continuity by those guys.
Was it tough? What was the reaction, the mentality coming off of that Orange Bowl game? Do you watch? How much did you guys watch that film, and how much of it did you put behind you and recognize that it's time to move forward?
Sure. You always watch a game, and the good, the bad, the ugly, and how can we improve from this? What do we need to work on in the off season? But then you flush it and you move on pretty quickly, especially when there's a new coordinator because it's a different offense. So we haven't really addressed. We haven't talked about that game really since it happened.
Do you think this offense needed a reset? It seemed like there was a lot of frustration at times last year. Do you think that you're going to see things a lot different, a little bit different?
I think it'll be different. It'll certainly be different. I think we're excited about Coach Riley and what he brings to the offense. He's a great offensive mind, and like I said, the players are excited about it. And so I think that's some of the things you'll see will be similar. Inside zone is inside zone. How we package it and formation and some of those some techniques are going to be slightly different. For most people, they won't be able to tell the difference. But we're excited about the change and this summer, what the guys have done and going into the fall. We're excited about it.
You kind of touched on Colin where he was talking about Colin Sadler a little bit.
Yeah.
His development and what's realistic coming into this year.
Well, I think what most people don't realize is Colin was a highly recruited prospect coming in, 45 minutes down the road, and got here. And you go from being the guy to not playing much. We played him in the first 3 games, and our hope was to bring him along and play him a lot last year. And then, we were in some really tight games early on, and kind of realized, I don't know if he's gonna. Is it worth playing him 100 or 150 snaps and burning his redshirt year, or kind of continue to bring him along? He stayed in all of our meetings. He traveled with us, and we were able to hold his redshirt. So that's the benefit. So Colin has had a tremendous offseason. He's got a great look in his eye. Like I said, I've been gone for 3 weeks. Came back in last Friday, kind of see their Friday, early morning workout and see those guys work. It's been really encouraging, and the DEXA scan, the body composition numbers and weight room numbers and all that stuff validates what you see. So couldn't be more excited about Colin where he is developing.
I'm going to take it back to Riley as a staff. what's it like? What's that room like? What's he like
Yep.
as a leader for all of you guys coming into a group that's been together?
Yeah, well, that's not an easy thing to do, to come in as the new guy. It's one thing for a whole new staff to come together. It's another thing for staff who's been there for a while, knows each other, played with each other, to come in and be the new guy. And so I think he's managed that extremely well. He's a very humble guy. He's only 33, so I'm older than he is, which is kind of crazy. But he's very humble, and yet he's very confident in his system and his ability as a coordinator. And I think that's a really good balance. And I think he's done a really good job developing the staff. We had a lot of meetings in some ways, because we were kind of rebuilding the offense, we didn't do as much of the self-scout stuff as you typically do, and so we just jumped straight into the football side of it with him. So, and then we've continued to get feedback from the guys and add little wrinkles throughout the summer. So the other thing about his offense is the simplicity of it. Allows you to get a lot of reps. We've got a lot of reps. We built a really good library of plays from the spring that our guys can learn from, we can teach off of. So I think he's done a really good job managing the staff and being who he is and being confident who he is, but also the humility that he brings and the confidence that he brings that guys feed off of.
You mentioned the fun the guys have been having. Is there a sense of renewed fun for you? I don't know how much fun coaches get to have, really, but is there a renewed sense of fun for you guys?
Winning is fun. Scoring touchdowns is fun. And I love running the football, but I also love 60-yard touchdown passes. Those are fun. So it's fun to see. We've got a tremendous amount of committed players in our locker room, battle-tested guys. You talk about Walker, you talk about Putnam. Some of those guys have played a lot of football. They came to Clemson to win championships. They didn't come to win, to go 10-3. So we know the expectation, and we embrace that. So it's fun to see those guys feeling confident in the system, and the expectation is that it'll show up on the field, this fall.